All right, welcome back to Lane Switching. Today, I'm here with a very special guest, somebody who's been very, very prominent in the Ottawa hip hop scene over the last couple of years. I'm here with my guy, TkMN. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing good in here.
Yeah, bro. I've been chilling. Just before we get into this interview, I just want to say, when it comes to the Ottawa hip hop community, you were one of the first people I actually ever met. It was at the Lion Gala back in June of 22. And I was just going to like watch shows or whatever. It was my first show to just go and see and check out. And you were performing that night, and just off the bat knew you're a humble guy, like chill guy, and it was a sick performance. So shout out to you since then for supporting the page and everything like that. But let's just start off. Tell us a little bit about life before music and your upbringing and everything.
All right. I remember that too. I remember the
Yeah.
performance. I'm not trying to leave you hanging. Yeah, that was a good performance. It was set up by some good people. They had some good structure too, and
Yeah.
they supported the artists. So I respect that though. I respect it.
For sure.
That's mad off topic. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But yeah. First question was first
But
question.
just like tell us a little bit about life before music.
Life before music.
Yeah.
There was no life before music.
You've been doing it your whole life. Life has been, I guess, music.
Yeah.
So when was it, I guess, exactly like what age did you start like actually recording yourself?
Recording myself. I didn't really record myself much. Like I actually went to studios and stuff like that. But I'll say like I started off singing. I was doing that as a serious thing probably when I was like 10 years
Okay.
old, something like that. And then I just kept doing it. My mother, she had a business. She had a Jamaican food business, and I was just usually in the office on the weekends or whatever through the summer, and I would literally just practice music for hours every day. Not because anyone forced me to or anything. There was no musical influence pretty much from anyone. No one was really making music in my family before I was doing it, right? So
Okay.
other than like my father, but he does more like management and things like that. So I was really just practicing because that's what I love to do.
And when was it, I guess you could say, like when did you kind of have the confidence to like start showing people the music that you were making?
Honestly, I was singing. I would sing to people
Oh,
before I
okay.
made music and things like that. Obviously, it helps with certain things, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you
You
know.
know what I mean? So I was always doing that. But I would say I was getting stuff recorded and putting stuff out like 16, around that. There's actually music I have when I was 16.
Is that like on SoundCloud?
It's on SoundCloud. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Banzo Films.
Yeah.
So I have two Banzo films.
Oh, no
No,
way.
3
No way.
actually. Yeah.
And they're all singles with just you on it?
One is a track with Peso Ferb.
Okay.
And then the other two are just by myself, singles.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
But recently, since we've recorded this, I think it's already garnered around 15,000 views. You got your new single out, Mafia. It's a banger. It was actually filming the studio vlog for Skinny Hendrix, and you showed me a little clip of that. Super dope visuals. Just how did that all come together?
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna get too deep into it.
Yeah.
But it's like something happened where I kind of felt the urgency to like make a track for my people, basically. I'll say that. And then it just turned into a freestyle, just whatever I was feeling at the time. I recorded it at Viva. My guy Jake,
Yeah.
shout out them.
Yeah.
And it was straight freestyle, just freestyling the whole time. Because that you can tell kind of from the structure of the song. It's not like I had a setup hook or anything like that or whatever, just freestyling it. And my guys Mizey, Rico, and Ice, they were there, and G Faisal too.
Okay.
So we were all there. Even G Faisal has a remix to it actually. He
No
made a
way.
remix to it. So it was good. And then it was a good day because we went to another studio too, and he made some tracks too, and it was good. So from there, we had to plan a specific date and make sure it got done in time. But like we didn't have any crazy plans though. So I just showed the song and to Unknown Rose,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of talked about some ideas, try to get more of like the Mafia theme in there as much as we could. And then it was more like on the fly, just like a couple locations. We went to eat at Rose Bowl. We
Yeah,
did
yeah,
that
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It was just like it's more casual thing, but like we made it work though. It was nice. It was just a part of the day more. So
Sure.
that's pretty much how it went. Nothing too crazy, just more with the flow.
That's super dope. And a couple of guys who are featured in that music video, Sleepy 13 and Shamsi, that's family to you. So I guess what could you say is the difference between, because you have family members in the Ottawa hip hop community, what's the difference between working with somebody who is, blood in comparison to working with someone that you just maybe met through networking or through a friend of a friend?
I guess it's different because you can say things and it's not gonna just go everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know whatever artists are thinking, but if I'm saying like I don't like that, so I don't think it's good. I don't think your part is good on that. I
Yeah,
don't know how
yeah,
they're gonna react to that, right? But if someone tells me that on a song we're working on, Sleepy and or Shamsi, I could be like, okay, I'm gonna just fix it
yeah,
and do whatever. It's not like there's no ego involved. There's no wanting up anybody. There's no hidden agendas. You're just trying to do the best that you can because whoever does best or whatever, it doesn't matter because it's just helping all of us anyway. We're
for
we're
sure.
we're more of a team. Even though we don't have a lot of songs together, we work as a team. We talk every day.
For sure, and that's super important. You see a group like the Migos and how much family has helped them, propel them to the level they got to. But just I guess working outside of just family, like when you're doing features, like how picky are you now? You have a pretty well-known name out here in the city. You put up some, decent numbers, you could say. Like, how do you go about, going with someone who it's like maybe they're a little below you when it comes to the numbers or whatever the case may be, but how do you just properly pick it where you think your sound's going to fit with them?
I think there's different levels to it. Right now, though, I'm really not trying to do a lot of features other than the ones that I've already talked about because I'm really late on these features.
Yeah, yeah.
But really, I'm not trying to do a lot of features. I value my talent and I think I can make a song go.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Not really doing a lot of features like that, just randomly out there. But people ask me, I usually say yeah, but then now I'm not sure how that's gonna go because I'm focusing on projects right now. I'm dropping 2 projects, so I don't have as much time, But
Yeah.
people that I'm closer to, it's different,
Mhm.
People that I'm closer to, if we're in the studio at some time, like it's different. Okay, on the fly we can make a song, or and that includes family, of course. Then there's people that I think are elite,
Mhm.
musically. It's more about the music than anything. It's real. Obviously, once you make good music, now your followers go up and blah blah blah, your streams go up. But
Of
it's
course.
more like the talent. There's lots of people that are very talented, they don't get the shine. But when I see it, I'm like, oh, wow, you're talented. I want to work with you to actually just make good music, just have good music out there. And then that's pretty much. I'll say that's pretty much it. I don't really look at followers like that though.
Yeah.
I don't really look at followers like that because there's also the fact that someone's gonna be, doing more than me, and they're gonna be looking at me like I would be looking at someone else.
Yeah.
And
Of
then from
course.
there, I'm hoping that okay, they're gonna view my talent, they're gonna value it, and want to work on something instead of just everybody's trying to go up and go up. So then no one would work with each other, right? It
Mhm.
wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, of course. And I think just as a successful artist, like you look at Drake and how much his cosign has helped people. Someone I guess like someone's been talked to about their cosign's been very relevant lately is Lil TJ.
Mhm.
Lil TJ's music's obviously been going up for years now, but how getting cosign from him is serious. And I guess maybe it's like if you don't see their potential or you don't see it, then maybe a bag. If there's a bag there, there's a bag to be made because then you can reinvest that into your music. But just out of the music you've kind of released already, like you've been putting like singles out on streaming platforms, plus your EP. You've been releasing music since 2020. Is there a track that's out there where it's like you just don't think it has enough streams that it should have? What's your I guess you could say what's your most slept on track?
Most slept on track. I think right now it's probably Eyes. I think Eyes is slept on. That's on my EP, Popstar
Yeah, yeah,
TK.
yeah.
Um, I think that's the most slept on for now. Yeah, yeah.
For sure. And if you haven't already, go stream Popstar TK. I think right now you're most slept on, if I'm gonna be like honest, is I think Show Me. Like obviously it's got nice numbers and all that, but in comparison to a song like Hardaway or a lot of your songs that might have like 5 or 6 figure streaming numbers, it's like it's one of those smaller and like not as well known outside of like the underground hip hop community when it comes to Canada hip hop. It's not as well known song, but it's super fire, and I think it just shows your strength in the melodic side of the music. When it comes to artists you're listening to right now, not just Ottawa, like who are you listening to right now? And I think what's been a big theme of 2023 is a lot of people have been dabbling into like regions where they'll just say, like specifically listen to UK or Canada or maybe a region in Africa or maybe a region in Europe. Like what you been listening to lately?
Okay. I listen to a lot of places though. I'll say the ones that I value the most, like sometimes I'm listening just to study. I like the song, but I also study it. UK rap is by far the best region for rap. There's no competition.
Right now, for sure.
And it's been like that for a while. It's so where like Canadian rap, I'll just be honest, there's not as much talent as people are saying. The people that have talent, they don't get the reach that they're supposed to. But I'm looking at like maybe some people in the Toronto rap scene or like it's like more politics and like entertainment than the actual talent, So when you see someone that actually has crazy talent, it's a big deal, right? But and you're not really required to be that talented to blow up. I would say it's like more entertainment and politics, like
drama sells.
But the UK, you have to be good. You have to be very good to even do anything. There's no excuses. There's no other way out. And America too, like there's all these hype rappers and doing whatever, but UK rap is not like that.
No.
So I respect it a lot. A couple artists, Dave, J Hus, Skepta, Mostak for sure, Mist. Let me see here, because I'm trying not to forget. Try not to forget some crazy ones. Oh, Young Ads.
Okay, yeah.
Young Ads is crazy.
Yeah.
I'll say, Chip too. Chip. I don't know if he used to be called Chipmunk though.
Oh, okay.
He's made music for a long time, but he's great too. There's a lot of great artists. I can keep going on. Lancey Fo, Mafia Smell. There's so many. But
crazy.
That's pretty much. But I listen to a lot of different regions though. Underground, like the Atlanta, New York underground too. Hip hop, I like that a lot.
Yeet, I listen to a lot of Yeet. Coming out of New York and Atlanta, are you fucking with?
Like, I fuck with Yeet a lot. Okay. BK the Ruler. Those are like Sofago, but he's from Atlanta.
Yeah. But would you say he's underground because he is signed to Cactus Jack?
There's a lot of stuff that happened for him. Like he got dropped though.
Oh yeah.
Something happened. I'm not sure exactly what, but I would consider him underground if he's not on the Billboard Hot 100, then I consider him underground.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, him, Summers, Autumn. I'll say, Can. Yeah, those ones I listen to. There's more I could go on, but yeah, them for the most part, I'll say.
I think a lot of names you mentioned, a lot of like, I guess you could call like alternative rappers. They're not really into like a significant subgenre that's been popular over like the last. They're almost creating their own subgenre. What do you think is it about? Maybe this new generation, like where you're seeing artists pop off like Yeet, where Yeet's not traditional at all, like a completely different sound. What is it about these, I guess you could say new sounds, new subgenres coming out now that are kind of not taking away from the spotlight, but are changing the hip hop game and changing how like people create?
I have one more name to mention because I listen to him a lot. Jace, really good.
Okay.
Good. But like how they change it, I think they have their own way of making something melodic. It's
Mm,
not traditional, but it's also melodic in their own way, and that's something too. I would say the beats, the production is it's
crazy.
something where it's just a lot of energy. That's I think the way that they're doing that. It's just like short songs full of energy, whatever aggression or something melodic, something chill. And I think that's what kind of forms that culture. If you have like something to chill, like there's a couple subgenres within whatever they're doing that is just like, oh, if you're trying to smoke, if you're trying to relax, whatever. And in the summer, it's like if you're just trying to get hype and do something. I think that's the appeal. You know, if I go to the gym, for the most part, I'm playing something like rage stuff, whatever,
Hmm.
something like crazy, so I can get my max up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's I feel like that's how they're changing the culture, just putting more emotion or different emotions into whatever they're doing
Yeah,
in a different way.
for sure. And obviously, we've talked about it a lot. This is a platform, an Ottawa-based platform, but being an artist from the city, like, what are the pros and the cons?
Hmm. I think the pros. I feel like the pros are. It's not hard to find the biggest rapper from here.
No.
You know, I bet you if you go to 5 events, you'll find the biggest rapper here. It's probably gonna go to one. That's kind of cool, I guess, to just have a community that's that close. Um, and so it's easier also for your name to spread too, because everyone in the community they'll go to the events though. Now at least now that I've seen,
Yeah.
there's a decent community right now and it's growing. So I think that's a pretty good pro. Oh, also if you're doing well, it's so easy for you to stand out. If you're doing well, if you're doing something unique, if you're actually talented, because there's not a lot of artists from here, and then the artists that are from here, there's not a lot that take it serious. So when people see that you're taking it serious, it's easier for you to be recognized.
Yeah. And I find something that's different about our city in comparison to others is that, like, obviously, yes, if you are like a very talented artist right now coming out, like, it's good, but it's like the networking aspect. It's like I feel like there's still a lot of people that are still like very good, but are still very humble and are willing to give an opportunity to more like young up and coming artists and stuff like that. Just speaking, I guess, on the cons, like, what do you think is something that Ottawa needs to improve to get to that next level?
Cause I feel, I think a lot of the scene is not really that serious. I feel like when I guess if you're just not trying to do music like that, then obviously there's a fun. Music is fun. Music is
Of
whatever,
course.
whatever. You know what I mean? But there's people that are really trying to do it. So it's like, okay. And then there's a lot of gatekeeping. It's just kind of weird. People are very weird sometimes.
Mhm.
If they see you doing good, they'll be weird. If they see you doing bad or trying to come up, they're weird. So that's something that I don't like. And the mindset a lot of people have, like it can go from organizations to artists or whatever. When they get to a certain point where they feel like they have control or something like that, or they feel like they're gonna get to the next step, they'll never look back. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? They'll never help someone up. So we have no community. If everybody leaves, we have no community. Nothing's being built. You know what I mean? So people have that. What's it called? Crab in the bucket or what? I don't know. I never grew up with that type of shit. But that mindset where it's like I have to get up. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bad. It's bad. It's not good for longevity. But there's people that are doing it. There's people that are starting to do it. I would say, shout out Dolos.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Dolo's World. City is also doing a good job too. And I think that's something he gives people kind of hope, to get out and do something when you've actually had the experience and you know what to do to help people and you do it. Obviously you're not gonna be willy nilly like whoever's off the street,
Oh,
but
of course.
when they show that they're serious and they're trying and they have talent, and potential, I see him doing stuff for people. So he started a label, House of Ensemble. It was already the studio name, but a label, and I feel like that's really gonna do well for the Ottawa community for sure.
Yeah.
So things like that. Oh, I probably should not like. Who else? There's a lot more.
For
It'll take a
sure.
long time
For
to name.
sure. And I
Those two's
think,
not enough for me.
like, we were talking about like the UK scene, and something that they do so well is that, like, you look at like Heady One and how he's worked with youngins like Band OK, and Abracadabra, and how they've benefited from his success, but he's also given them success, and that's as well gone back to him. You go to the States, you look at Gucci Mane, you look at the new 1017, how well that's done and how that's benefited him. And people don't understand. It's like if you're reinvesting into your community and reinvesting into the artists in your community or the artists you fuck with in your scene, it's going to do well for you, because at the end of the day, there is only a certain longevity as a rapper. People don't really want to be listening to you in your late 30s. People don't really want to be listening to your late 40s, and you have to transition. And a lot of people don't transition. And then, no offense, but that whatever, it's like the West Coast like group of like Ice Cube, E40, Snoop Dogg, and Too Short. Nobody's listening to that. Like, unless you're like 45 and up, nobody's listening to that. No offense. So it's like you have to hit that transition where it's like you're working with the next generation, because they're going to create that buzz and they still have that creative energy where they're going to bring a new sound. You know what I mean?
I won't lie, I do listen to that shit. I was listening to Too Short literally the other day. Blow the Whistle, classic.
But his old shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do listen to mostly his old shit.
Exactly.
But I would say there's a lot of artists. I think now it's different though. Like, look at J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake. Like, they're all in their mid-30s, late 30s. You know, Jay-Z's getting there. Kanye's already in his 40s, like into his 40s, right? And it's still crazy.
Yeah.
It just depends on how much you actually love music. Some people, they don't really love music. They're just trying to come up. And then when they come up and they're older, they're not really going to try, right? Yeah. So I feel like I don't believe that. I don't believe that personally. Because I've seen Kanye do it. I've seen Jay-Z do it. I'm seeing Drake, Kendrick and Cole do it.
But realistically, the reception of their latest work, do you think is as good as it used to be? And do you think their work now is as good as it used to be? Because Jay-Z hasn't released since 444. Kendrick's album was nice, but in my opinion, not as good as Damn. And again, Drake's stuff as of late is nice, but in my opinion, he's past his prime. Same with J. Cole. They have great catalogs, but the music is almost based off of the name they've already built for themselves. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I mean, me, I'm really like, Kendrick is the one that I listen to, I guess, the most out of them. Mm-hmm. Like, overall. Yep, that last project, I have some issues with it.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying. I think, to me, that's his worst album.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's because of
age,
because he also dropped The Hard Part 5, and that's, to me, one of his best songs he's ever dropped. So I'm not sure. I feel like Drake right now, he's on a run. He's doing his thing, and he's working with younger people. Like, he's still influencing what people do. So I still think he's really there. And then J. Cole, I think he dropped a song not too long ago, but people are really rocking with it. It was like I think it was like some sort of not a freestyle, but like more of like a conscious stream type of thing. People are still listening to it. People still rock. I think that style will never go out, because if that goes out, then there's no real rap. Like, rap is dead.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't think so. I think they still have a lot left in them. It's just, if they have the experience, if they go out and they have a reason to drop. Yeah. I feel like that's something too.
That's fair. And as well with J. Cole, is that I think is similar to him, or his legacy will last, long term, is with Dreamville and the work he's done with Dreamville, and how he's brought in a whole cast of like amazing artists that it's like, to be honest, I would have never really known about if it wasn't for Dreamville. And so it's just like, again, where he's doing that similar thing where he's, benefiting that next generation of artists coming up. When it goes to promoting your music, how do you go about like effectively promoting your music while staying true to your brand?
That's interesting. I guess I don't try to force an image that I'm not. I try hard to not force an image that I'm not. And so I think through that, things become more organic. There's people that know who I am. There's some people that don't, but at least that's the person that they'll meet when they see me, through my music. I feel like, yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of just the image. We're talking about just the image. That's pretty much it.
For sure. Staying true to yourself.
Yeah.
So, we're only 3 months into this year, lots of time to go. lots of music to come out in 2023. What do you have planned?
What I planned 2023, two projects. One is more like mainstreamish. Well, not mainstream, but like more melodic, catchy, you know, quicker music. And then another one is gonna be later on in the year. It's gonna be more R&B conscious type of thing. And then there might be some smaller like collab projects in between with some artists that I like. But that's pretty much how I'm trying to do it. There might be some features, there might be some whatever, but that's like the main thing. Two projects, two big projects.
That's super dope. So for the people, where can they find your music, and can they find you on social media?
Okay. Music, social media. So for music, it's TkMN on everything. Just TkMN, you know?
Yeah.
Just how it's spelled, spelling, just letters. And then Instagram, uh, it's TK and then Shaq like Shaquille O'Neal. Twitter, it's TK Shaq MN. And then TikTok, I think it's TkMN and then 00. Those are the ones that I use pretty much.
For sure. So go stream TK's music. Go follow him on all platforms. That was the TkMN interview. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you for doing this. This is a big one. I'm DF2. That's my guy TkMN. Peace, y'all.